many in Washington and beyond are asking me, what is happening in Lebanon? They haven't seen these size demonstrations since 2005, since the Cedars Revolution in 2005. And then, at that time, I had made many comments in the American media and the international media about that rise of almost 1 million people. But it was only in Beirut, and the result was very quick. The Syrian army then, which was occupying Lebanon, withdrew. Problem is that a large militia that is allied to the Syrians remained in Lebanon in 2005, which caused the end of that revolution. There were many assassinations, many killings of politicians, of journalists between 2005 and 2008, 2010. Now you have a new generation in Lebanon. And that generation of Lebanese is across all sects and communities. This is something very new. You have, of course, Christians and Sunnis and Druze. But for the first time, we've seen youth in the Shia community, which traditionally for the last 30 years and more, 40 years, has been supportive of Hezbollah. So thanks to social media, Facebook, Twitter, satellite TV, there has been an interaction online among all Lebanese youth and between them and regional youth, Iraq, Egypt, Jordan, Turkey, and between all of this youth and American private sector, civil society. I mean, we are producing culture for the world. Sometimes we don't realize what we are doing. Sometimes it's negative, but in many opportunities, angles, it was positive. People do not accept in Lebanon anymore that they are ruled by Hezbollah. 7th century, 14th century culture that wants war all the time, that suppresses anybody who do not go with their political agenda. Plus, over the past 30 years, there have been so much corruption in Lebanon, unbelievable corruption in Lebanon, a lot of money and a lot of corruption. So this youth, most of whom were born after the end of the war in Lebanon, which was in 1990, that's why the demonstrators are talking about 30 years. They're talking about 1989, basically, when there was an agreement imposed on Lebanon to bring a different political system, which was one of suppression. The bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, is that in Lebanon today, you have vast demonstrations in many cities, in Baalbek, in Saida, Sidon, in Tyre, Zahle, and of course in the capital, Beirut. This is the beginning of a new era. Whatever is going to happen, in whatever fashion it's going to end, and I'm a believer that it's going to end with a new Lebanon. How long it's going to take doesn't matter. A page turned in Lebanon. And we in Americans, we are not yet appreciating what is going to happen. That's why I'm sharing this video with you. The problem is that Hezbollah and their allies in Lebanon are now conducting those urban violence against the demonstrators in Lebanon. Some of our media picked up a little bit on this. European media is closer to Lebanon and the Middle East. But unfortunately, the young men and women, boys and girls who are conducting this very courageous act of demonstration in Lebanon against corruption, against Iran influence, will have to face off with the terrorists, with basically the extremists, the thugs. And that's why it is important for the international community, for the American public, and we are here in Washington are very interested in that, to know and to learn more about what is the core of that struggle. Yes, America is now debating and in struggle about what is our role. Should we go back all to America, or our forces, should we never meddle in anything else? That's a debate that we're having here. That's a political debate, that's a government debate. The American public is different. The American public is equipped with social media. They know what's happening. The world has shrunk. So what we're doing right now is just informing the American public of what is happening in Lebanon, knowing that it is an important small country, but knowing also that there are hundreds of thousands of Americans who are from Lebanese descent and maybe millions who are from Middle Eastern descent. So that is an important matter for the people of the United States. And we will be in touch. We'll inform you more soon.